Jungkook gave you a glass of water before sitting beside you. His heart ached to see your condition. You are still in the grievance of your mother. He put his hand on top of yours and squeezed it gently. I never had a mother. I've never seen her. The environment where I grew up, it can be a hell for any child of my age at that time. He started to speak, making you turn your face towards him. And my dad, he chuckled sadly. What can I say? Just know that your story is a reflection of mine too. You think I became a mafia by choice? This alcohol, it was just my way to escape reality. Because the reality I grew up in, it was too dark that I wanted to escape it. I developed a hatred towards everyone that tried to pretend like they care about me, but not until you come. Before me, my heart accepted you, and maybe that's because it found out that we are similar. I lost my control a few times. I let it control me so that I can find out if you are really here for me or just showing fake sympathy just for money. But you proved me wrong. You won my heart every single second. You wiped the tears that fell on your cheek. I was just doing my job. You said in a slow and weak tone that wasn't coming out well because your throat got sore because of crying. He gently cupped one side of your face before making you look at him. Don't cry, Mayan. You have always been strong, and I know you'll still stay strong. Let's start a new life from here. Let's love the way we wanted others to love us. Let's create our own world. You closed your eyes and rested your forehead against his chest before bursting into sobs. He wrapped his hands around you, locking you in his warm embrace that you might need at this moment the most. Jungkook came back home and then he suddenly realized that he is in danger now after seeing you sitting on the couch, arms crossed around the chest and legs on top of other while looking serious. He bit his lower lip and smiled awkwardly. Oh shit. I'm sorry, baby, he said, coming near you while you got up. 2 hours and 30 minutes since I have been waiting for you. Where were you? I know I'm late, but I was stuck at work. You scoffed. Wow. Then stay at work. If you can't value my time, I better leave. You said going towards your room, but he was quick enough to grab your arm and pulled you closer to him the way that you landed on his chest. You put your hands against his chest to maintain some distance, but you know that is just for show. He leaned closer to your face. You can't leave the birthday man alone. I won't let it happen. I can. The birthday man has no respect for the other's time. You know I have been preparing all this from the morning. I'm sorry. I swear I wanted to come as soon as possible, but it took me long. You sighed. It's your special day. That's why I'm forgiving you. But this is the last time. I knew it. In excitement, he leaned more close to kiss you and your lips were about to touch when he realized. I'm sorry. He released you from his grip and everything becomes awkward for some seconds. It's okay. Let's go. The food is getting cold. He nodded and walked behind you. Jungkook's heart melted when he walked inside the room. Never in his life someone made him feel this much special, this much loved like he is feeling right now. He never celebrated his birthday. His eyes glazed and he looked at you only to be greeted with a warm smile. Happy birthday. You know he's overwhelmed right now, so you walk towards the table before picking up the cake that you baked and decorated by yourself. You walked near him. Let's cut the cake, will you? He wiped his eyes and looked at the cake before shifting his eyes on you. Did you make it? You slightly pressed your lips together and nodded. I know it's not presentable, but I'm not a good baker. Are you sure? Because I have never seen more beautiful cake than this. This made you chuckle softly. It means you have never seen a cake before, because if you did, you would never say that. Yes, you are right. I didn't. And you are the first person to even remember my birthday and make a cake for me. Your smile faded, seeing the pain in his voice. And that's why it's special and the best for me. You don't want to make him more sad by remembering those days. It's okay since we are on our journey to start a brand new life. So happy first birthday. He chuckled a little. Now make a wish and blow the candle before cutting it. He nodded and closed his eyes. You were so happy to make him feel happy today. He slowly opened his eyes and blew the candle. Thank you for everything. You put the cake back on the table and looked at him. Just wanted to make you happy. Did I succeed? He took a step closer to you, making your heart skip a beat. Yes, you just owned me and my heart completely. He leaned closer and looked at you when your lips were inches away. Can I? Now you both know that you love each other, so you decided not to push him away anymore. What are you doing? He asked, coming inside the living room when he noticed you have decorated the whole table with medical tools and kits used for different tests. You looked at him. Good that you came back. Now come here, I have to perform few tests on you. He frowned while coming near you. What kind of test, Miss Doctor? You chuckled and looked at him. Your blood test, liver function test, a full body examination and many more. Just sit here for some time. You can do that all at home. I know you won't go to the hospital and I have to submit all these reports in the lab for examination. But why would you need that? You know, if any information about me leaked outside, I can be in danger. Stop giving me excuses. You said picking up an injection and he seems to be afraid of it. Why would I make excuses? And also I swear I didn't consume any alcohol, so why is it needed for? I know you didn't, but it's important to get a checkup to ensure that your body has recovered, okay? It won't hurt, trust me. You held his wrist and he smiled because he loves when you calm him. He loves when you say that he can trust you. You cleaned the skin with antiseptic before injection and noticed that he was looking at it and he was looking so cute that made you smile. You can close your eyes if you want. He looked at you and his cheeks turned pink. I'm not scared. You chuckled. Alright. You put the needle inside his skin and take out a few drops of blood. Alright. Very good. Stop treating me like a child. It made you laugh a little as you put the injection in a plastic bag. As you say, shall we move on to the next? Never saw my son listening to someone so calmly. You both lift up your faces to look in the direction of the voice. You caught up while Jungkook's eyes turned dark to see his father who walked inside. Hello sir, you said, bowing politely while he smiled. When I first saw you, I knew I can trust you. You are a woman of your words and you proved it. He sat on the couch while his secretary stood beside him. Mr. John looked at Jungkook, who wasn't looking pleased at all by his presence. Finally, you listened to someone. Why do you come here as if you have owned this house? You knew Jungkook doesn't like his father, but you didn't know that it's that deep hatred. I know you don't like it, but as a father, my heart doesn't allow me to ignore you. He scoffed and got up before leaving, but you grabbed his hand. He looked at you and you nodded, signed him to sit. Please, even though he doesn't want to disrespect you, so he sat back. Mr. John smiled. Heard about your mother. It was disheartening. She must be in a good place because not everyone is blessed with a great child like you. Yes, but sadly, some selfish parents do exist to make their life hell. The anger was clear in his voice. I know, and I'm ready to take the blame. Happy to see you healthy and in a position to talk. You can hate me because I deserve it. He then looked at you. Ryan, thank you so much for curing him. I'm happy that at least he found someone who can go close to him. Thank you. You smiled a little and looked at Jungkook, who has no expressions on his face except anger. You can't hate anyone until the end. He stopped and looked at you. Don't sympathize with him just because he said a few warm words to you. You don't know him. I know he must have done horrible in the past, but don't let it hold you back. You think my mom never did anything like that to me? I used to beg her to leave all that. Even after having a mother, people used to call me an orphan because she was never there for me. She was always drunk. Sometimes I feel like I have grown up by myself. Life made me mature before my age, but I let it go. I forgave her because holding it back would only give me pain, and I don't want to be in pain. He was listening to you intently, and when you finished, he took a deep breath before speaking. You are an angel, but sorry, I don't have a big heart like you. You sighed. It's useless to make you understand. And wait, why are you wearing this mask and cap? I can't walk freely in public. You frowned. You did that day. I know, but now I can't. That time I wasn't sure you'll end up becoming my world, but now that you did, I need to protect my world from every bad eye. You and your words, always hard to understand. He giggled behind the mask and grabbed your hand before intertwining his fingers with yours. Not really, if you put some efforts into understanding them. No thanks, I want my coffee. Tears filled in your eyes, but you bit your lower lip because you don't want to shed any tears in this special and beautiful moment of your life. He was sitting in front of you on his one knee, while a small but precious box of a ring extended towards you. He brought you here to spend some time, but you really have no idea that he is going to propose to you. I'm still waiting, Ryan. Will you marry me? You wiped your eyes and nodded. Yes, a million times yes. He chuckled and got up before holding your hand and then slid the ring in your finger. I think this million word is lucky for me. You came into my life for $1 million and now it's a million times yes. You chuckled. He held your hands and looked at you. I love you, Ryan, but not in a million or billion times. My love is infinite and it's unconditional. Sorry, but I'll still stuck to the million times. He chuckled. I'm happy in that too. Then he leaned closer and you both kissed. The sound of waves crashing together, soft aroma in the air, added by those flowers, everything was adding essence in this moment. He pulled you closer and deepened the kiss. You said, looking at Jungkook, who has his eyes only for you. You could see that he was holding himself back from crying. Obviously, this was the moment none of you have imagined growing up. It's special because you guys never had a good childhood, grew up watching your parents getting separated or hating each other. But now you have promised to fulfill that empty space by yourselves, by becoming each other's strength and loving each other wholeheartedly. You promise to create a life that you always dreamed about. John Jungkook, do you take wine as your lawfully wedded wife? He nodded while a smile appeared on your face. None of you wanted a fancy or marriage that involves a lot of people. It's just him and you and some close friends of yours, plus his bodyguards, obviously for the security, even though the marriage spot was so hidden but beautiful. Now you may kiss the bride. You both looked at each other before he took a step towards you and gently placed a kiss on your lips. I owe you my life and I'll always be grateful for that. Thank you so much for everything, he said, breaking the kiss while you smiled softly. If we will be able to spend the whole life until the end, I'll assume that you paid me back. He nodded. I promise you, and you can trust me. You chuckled. I do, and I will always. Your friends who got the chance to attend this wedding, even though it was hidden from everyone, they congratulated you. Everyone was so happy, although they were a little worried about your decision of spending your life with the mafia. But you know what you have chosen. You are not the only one who healed him. He healed your broken heart.